Alright, y'all, eBay coming through again. Oh yeah, I forgot I took all this crap out. Hold on. Alright, we got the subframe brace and the lower control arms, the billet lower control arms. These things are beefy. Super beefy. And I'm pretty sure they're lighter than what's on there now. The stock stuff. I don't even know how well y'all can see that. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this on. Get this all installed today. Hopefully we don't have no issues. But yeah, man, let's go for it. Now, this is eBay stuff, but it's actually, the lower control arms actually look pretty good quality, honestly. They look pretty clean. I do notice that this kind of moves back and forth, but yeah, not worried about having no issues with them like breaking or anything like that. Look at how beefy they are. It's billet aluminum. I couldn't imagine having any issues. This ain't all that pretty. As you can see, like the materials just don't really look that good, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna hold up just fine. I'm not too concerned with the finish of it. Like, from when you look up under the car, you just gonna see this nice shiny looking piece anyways. You can't really tell how pretty it is, so I don't really care about that either. So unfortunately, the only jack stands I got is these Harbor Freight ones that's bad. I don't know if y'all heard, but they've been freaking collapsing on people. So I'm just gonna have to leave the jack there and put my wheels up under the car, so you know, if that jack happens to fail, then it's just gonna land on my wheels, which sucks. But I'd rather land on my wheels than land on me, so yeah, this is my only option, it seems. So it is what it is, I guess. Alright, so dang, freaking smell the 85. So I got the old ones off. This one was on passenger side, and this one was on driver's side. For the most part, these look like the only bushings that was bad was the outer ones. That one was pretty bad too. Yeah, I guess they was all pretty much bad. That one ain't too bad, but I can't see the crack right there. Oh yeah, that one's the same. But yeah, these outer ones is the main ones. Alright, so since I never installed one of these before, I was low-key confused on which went where and whatnot. But I finally figured it out. So the shorter, not the shorter ones, but the medium length bolts that you get go here. You take one of these plates right here, you set it up there behind there. It's gonna kind of line up with these holes when it's facing this way. You put it back behind there, and then you send those bolts through, and they go into it. And then the long one goes obviously through here, and then the shorter bolts is gonna go in the brackets that go into here. So that's how you get it all on there. And I will show y'all the finished result in a minute. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to film under here while I'm doing this. Well, I guess I do got the GoPro, but you probably wouldn't be able to see nothing, to be honest, because it's dark down here. Alright, so unfortunately something here got screwed up. Trying to see. This bolt is not all the way in. I can't send it in more or take it out. Try putting some lubricant on it, still ain't moving. There's no threads coming out of here, so it don't really seem like it's stripped, but this bolt is not moving at all. So for the life of me can't get it to come out. Tried to send it in more, and it actually did go in more, but it's still not all the way in. As you can see, this washer is still able to move around. Alright, so I did end up being able to get that bolt back out. I just put this thing on the bolt and pushed it off with my foot and it came out. It was still hard, but what I ended up doing was tightening these two bolts here, and I think that probably, I don't know, set it in a better spot or something, and then it wanted to come out. At first it didn't want to come out until I did that. Alright, so I finally got it all installed. Go ahead and throw my wheels back on and be done with. I don't know if I'm tripping or if the suspension just gonna have to settle a whole lot, but it looked like the car's sitting a whole lot higher in the back now. I could be tripping though, but that looks nice. Nice to look up under there and see some shininess going on. Alright, so the car feels it feels different mostly when I'm turning. Probably supposed to. But the way the back end of the car feels, it feels completely different now. Like when I'm turning, it feels a lot different. Other than that, like going over bumps and stuff like that, it don't really feel too much different, but the steering feels amazing compared to how it did at first. That could be what I feel like this car has been lacking this whole time, because I've always felt like the steering in here felt weird. So I still can't tell if I'm tripping or not. I can't tell if the car is sitting higher in the back now or what. I always had the back just ever so slightly higher than the front, so it could for performance reasons. It looks decent too. Man, this car looks good, especially on camera. It look a little bit better on camera, but right now, since I buffed out the paint, it actually does look really good right now. Let's get up under there. Yeah, some shininess going on. That looks good. I'm sure it looks dope while I'm cruising on the road. It does feel like I may need to get another alignment now, so I'm gonna hit up my boy and look into that. But it might be straight, I don't know. We'll just see when he connects it or whatever. That makes sense. Dude, why is this crap leaking so bad? No oil pan. Alright, so unfortunately, my axle is still hitting up in there, so it's hitting the block. So I'm about to pull this axle off, and I'll try and see if I can get the grinder in there. I assume I can. It's not that big. See if I can get the grinder up in there, grind the block just a little bit more right where it's hitting, which it'll be pretty obvious because you can see all the axle grease flung up everywhere. Alright, so as you can see, this is still like on the oil pan. Like, there's no way I can grind that more than this at this point, you know what I mean? So, where do we go from here? Do I just leave it? And I don't know. Definitely rubbing. I don't know how long it's gonna last before it rips. I think we can probably grind it just a little bit more up there, but I'm not grinding my oil pan more. That's just ridiculous. But, you know, it was completely unnecessary for me to grind it like up in there. So I don't know why I did. I didn't have to grind it until right there where that thing is, and then more this way. But yeah, dude, as you can see, it ain't really much you can do. Like, it's gonna keep rubbing. But So I'm looking at it from up here. It's just touching just a little bit up there. So I want to grind that up there some more. But my oil pan, I'm not touching that. Alright, so I just got my red carpet right now. Trying to like get it to just take a normal shape. Like if it's gonna be in a car. Unfortunately, I don't have my old carpet to you know, align it with and cut it, because it does need to be trimmed in certain areas and whatnot. But it shouldn't be hard anyways, but it would be a lot easier if you had the stock carpet. You could just lay it right on top and cut around it to get the perfect cut. Alright y'all, so this is gonna be a lot harder than I was thinking. Mainly because like where the handbrake is, it's kind of hard to know where I need to cut it. And you know, the little part right there in the front by the center console, and then everything on the side too. It's just kind of hard to know exactly where I'm supposed to be cutting it without having the original carpet, you know. So this is actually gonna be a little bit more difficult than I was thinking it was. But I don't know, I'm gonna take my measurements and start making cuts now and checking how it goes. Alright man, this crap is hard. So what I'm doing right now is kind of just lining up the carpet where it needs to be, which is gonna be almost like this. Not quite, but it's just not gonna be as far to this side. But I went ahead and put a slit on it up here to go around this. I'm gonna have to cut it some more. I'm gonna try to get it all the way lined up over there underneath the pedals, and then I'm gonna do the other side, and then from there I should be able to cut like where it needs to be for the brake, e-brake, and the shifter and all of that stuff. Alright, so I think this is pretty much how this side is gonna line up. Obviously it's not all perfectly flat and whatnot, but this is basically where it's gonna be. I'm gonna cut that just a little bit more so I can try to get it a little bit flatter, and then I'm gonna line up the other side, basically do the same exact thing on the other side. And once I get the other side to lay flat, then I'll go ahead and start cutting by that thing. Alright, so let's see, it's kind of starting to take shape now. Man, I don't know about the e-brake. That's gonna be the hardest part. You know, I'm literally just shooting in the dark. I have no idea where to even cut it for that part. So I don't know. This is where it gets difficult. Alright, so I started getting annoyed. I actually got super close with this right here. That's not bad at all. But you know, I just lined it all up like this, and then I just took my knife and I cut it on the inside right here, and then I took it out the car. I made it a little bit longer, made the cut longer, and then I cut it in a circle, and that got super close. But literally I can just, you know, cut it out the right way. And then for this, I was getting annoyed, so I just ended up, I took my knife and I put it right here and I cut it. I cut it and then just brought it down, kept splitting it until it got down to right here. So man, I'm tired. But now, you know, you can see a lot better how it's gonna line up and whatnot. Alright, so I think the hardest part is gonna be getting it all to lay flat and be nice and flush. And you know, getting everything to line up still. Like for these parts, I just put little slits and slit this through. I know some back here that I gotta do as well. And yeah, I'm hoping, you know, once everything is flat, that I can still make those holes line up correctly. Alright, so for whatever reason, I'm having a hard time getting the carpet to lay flat. What I'm gonna do is throw everything in here for right now and just let the carpet sit here and just kind of take shape, because, you know, it's sitting in the box for a while, obviously. So I'm just let it kind of sit here in the car for a minute and just, you know, mold to everything that's in here. And then maybe in like a week or so, I'll pull everything back out and then glue this crap down, because I tried to glue down the center and it didn't even want to stick. Like that's how like out of shape the carpet is. So I just gotta give it a minute, I guess, let it, you know, kind of relax. And yeah, this literally took me all day just to not even get it in here the right way. I'm annoyed. I do have the thing that goes over here to cover all of this, but shoot, my ECU and my wires, once you put all that crap back there, it don't even fit. But yeah, this is how it's gonna look for right now. As you can see, like, oh man, I'm struggling. You can see it look all lumpy, not even. But it, at first glance, it looks alright. You see. You see the back looks even worse. On camera, it don't look that bad, but like, yeah, it's kind of hard to get what I'm talking about on camera. But I mean, look at like the hump right there, right here by the back seats. Obviously, that can be glued though, but I didn't want to glue by the back seats because I'm gonna have to pull it all up again. So that's why I just, you know, left it like that. So I'm not entirely sure why. Well, I guess I already knew the transmission was thrashed, but I'm not entirely sure why it just like kind of suddenly started happening. But for whatever reason, my second gear grinds anytime I put it in gear. Like whether I do it slow, fast, whether it's high RPMs, low RPMs, it don't matter. It grinds every single time. And at first it wasn't even grinding at high RPMs. Second was just fine. Only thing that was giving me a problem was getting the car into reverse, and every other gear felt kind of trash. But it's kind of funny because now every other gear feels good, but when I put it in second, it grinds. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to pull this transmission out and buy a rebuild kit. My tuner is actually coming out here from Atlanta. She's coming out here July 12th. Today is already what, July 7th. So I have like 4 days to get this transmission out, get it rebuilt, get it back in the car, and get it back on the road.